Good evening and welcome to Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. Tonight, Arvind, Kejriwal and Prashant Bhushan sensational allegations against businessman and Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law, Robert Vadra. They've alleged that DLF sold land and properties at cheap rates to Vadra and gave huge unsecured loans to his companies. In return, they say DLF got favours by state Congress governments. It's an allegation that the Congress has been strongly denying. The BJP, meanwhile, has demanded a probe. That's going to be our big focus over the next 60 minutes. And these are the details of that story. Arvind Kejriwal and Prashant Bhushan called a press conference at 5 o'clock this afternoon, accusing Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law Robert Vadra of large-scale corruption in real estate dealings. They've alleged that real estate giant DLF had sold him prime land at throwaway prices and given him interest-free loans. They allege that property worth more than 300 crores was sold to Vadra for 50 lakh rupees. The Congress has strongly hit back tonight, saying that the allegations are completely baseless, while the issue has become even more politicized now with the BJP demanding a probe.
रॉबर्ट वडेरा जी ने 2007 से 2010 के बीच में 3 सालों के अंदर केवल 50 लाख रुपए से 300 करोड़ रुपए की प्रॉपर्टीज खरीदी हैं। उनको डीएलएफ ने 65 करोड़ रुपए का अनसिक्योर्ड इंटरेस्ट फ्री लोन दिया। क्यों दिया? डीएलएफ को इससे क्या फायदा हुआ?
I don't see any substance in these allegations. There are no evidence to suggest that any quid pro quo has taken place. A private person, a private businessman, if taking loan from a private company and declaring in all his, disclosures, then what is the harm?
क्या ये कंपनी रॉबर्ट वाड्रा के साथ चैरिटी कर रही थी? अगर ये चैरिटी कर रही थी, तो किस लिए चैरिटी कर रही थी? ये सीधा क्विड प्रो को का मामला है। संभवतः जहां जहां कांग्रेस पार्टी की प्रदेश सरकारें थी, वहां पर इस कंपनी को विशेष सुविधा मिलने की पूरी संभावना थी।
इनको 350 एकड़ जमीन हरियाणा सरकार से ये मैग्नोलिया अपार्टमेंट्स जहां मिले हैं, जहां 7 अपार्टमेंट्स रॉबर्ट वाड्रा को डीएलएफ ने दे दिए, वो सारी जमीन जिसका कि लिटिगेशन भी चल रहा है, हरियाणा सरकार ने अधिग्रहण करके पब्लिक पर्पस के लिए और डीएलएफ को डेवलपमेंट के लिए दे दिया।
Is nothing else but the B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are two sides of the same coin. We do not even want to dignify these allegations with a response. We dismiss them with the utter contempt that they deserve.
Well, interestingly, the story about Robert Vadra's business deals with the DLF group first appeared about a year and a half ago in the Economic Times. At that time, the DLF group issued a statement which they have repeated today, saying that the business relationship of the DLF group with Robert Vadra has been in his capacity as an individual entrepreneur and on a completely transparent and arm's-length basis. DLF has always respected and complied with Mr Vadra's explicit directions and wish to not utilize his name or association in any manner whatsoever. The business relationship has been conducted to the highest standards of ethics and transparency. When we contacted DLF today for a fresh statement, they said we could stick to the one that was issued last year. Well, Rahul Srivastav now joins us for more on the political fallout of this big story tonight. Rahul, we've seen that the BJP has also jumped into this, demanding a probe. But interestingly, when this ET article had first appeared about these business deals, at that time, the matter was also brought to the BJP's attention and they didn't actually pursue it politically then, even in Parliament.
Yes, Nidhi. These documents regarding Mr. Robert Vadra's company, the balance sheets of the company I had nearly 2 years ago. Why we couldn't go ahead with this? Because it looked like a fair business transaction in which there was a bit of a favor that DLF was extending a loan, but then the DLF came out with a statement. The BJP also had these documents later. At that time, what happened that the BJP did put up notices in both the houses of parliament that they wanted a discussion on this issue. But at that time, in one of the houses, the BJP withdrew its notice for discussion. In the other house, it's still pending. But then the BJP did not pursue it because they didn't want to show that there was a division within the BJP, that somebody wanted to pursue it and some leader didn't want to pursue it. The fact remains that somewhere within the BJP, it was clear, and also to reporters like us who had these documents, that the quid pro quo cannot be established. It looked like a clear business deal. And that is why there was a great amount of silence over it. And even if you look at it today, the BJP has asked for a probe. It can be perhaps the income tax department can look into it, perhaps other agencies can look into it, but till now the BJP does not have a motive or a quid pro clear to them. Also the fact that the BJP is slightly cautious in its charge and attack, otherwise they would have really gone to town, is because Mr Kejriwal and Prashant Bhushan are not very happy with the BJP over the last 6 months. Perhaps they realize that the BJP has stopped supporting them publicly as it was doing initially supporting Anna Hazare.
Right.
And perhaps it could well be tomorrow one of their own leaders who can figure in similar press conferences. Perhaps that is why the BJP's response is muted. Till now they are protesting, but I certainly believe that they will have to wait and see what's the next move of Mr Kejriwal.
All right, Rahul, thanks very much for giving us that political perspective. And I spoke just a few minutes ago to India's Law Minister, Salman Khurshid. Mr. Khurshid, there are sensational allegations that have been made by Prashant Bhushan and Arvind Kejriwal today against Robert Vadra. What is your initial reaction to this?
Well, I looked for words in my vocabulary that come easily to me, and I think the word preposterous sounds good for them. I think preposterous and stupid is what sums up what they have done. Frankly, a clear case of a stillborn political party looking for a manifesto and trying to cook up a mad manifesto. This is how I would sum it up.
I have no idea about how much of what's been alleged is actually true, but do you, since this is an attack on a member of the Congress's first family, do you see clear political overtones to it?
Well, undoubtedly, but they've been at politics for some time now, and I think it became apparent when Anna Hazare broke away from them, and this was obviously the reason, because they have a political motive. They were in the knight's shining armor as civil society for quite some time, trying to ward off any attacks and taking advantage of any attacks by playing the victims. But today they have shed that armor and they are now out as politicians, and they must get it as they give, and I think they should be ready for that. I find they're pretty bad losers, so they better prepare for a tough time ahead.
When you say that, do you mean a possible defamation case? Is that what you're talking about?
We know that this is a political conspiracy. We will answer it politically. I think we have adequate material for hurling back at them in terms of political arguments. But we will strategize. We will certainly put our heads together, put our best minds together, and see if something more needs to be done to teach them a lesson or two in what the law of the land is.
So when you say that you're going to teach them a lesson or two on the law of the land, what exactly does that mean?
It means that we will explore every option. We will explore legal options as well. These are frankly upstart political people, and upstart political people should, I think, not forget what the law requires people to do. So let us see. Let's first come to a conclusion as to what is the best strategy to face these people and make them see reality as it exists.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app, fully optimized for Retina display, full screen view, faster response time, and Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.